Hi, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
yes.
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 Hi. How are you?
I am tired, knackered, drained.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been real full on, especially with my son.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Oh, so he's got a real strong wairua. From what I've learned. So because I'm not inclined as such that way, it's hard for me to communicate with him.
Yeah.
So he gets very frustrated quite easily. And then as well as he's seen a lot of trauma, so he's seen the abuse between me and his father, and so he's just very impatient, very confident in who he is and what he wants, and he knows what he wants. His ego reminds me a lot of his father. His confidence reminds me a lot of his father, which is good, but then also bad. But very violent, like very aggressive, very like he's only 2. He turns 3 in like a couple of weeks, then he's almost smashing the windows, like picking up things and throwing them real hard. Like I've had 2 black eyes from this kid. Like I've never had a kid like him before. Like it's very challenging, but so far so good. Like obviously I just keep looking, like searching for help, for guidance in every which way possible. Putting him into daycare was just horrible. It's like he was hitting it, like it was taking him to each kohanga, and he straight off the bat he wouldn't like it. Like he was just unsettled straight away, or hitting the kids, or so he's at a daycare. He only just started at a daycare yesterday.
Yeah.
And again, like a whole different kid, like just a whole different kid. But he's been given he got given the name Pops, because of his wairua, apparently. I had no idea that that's why they gave him that nickname, but it's only been like recently that I found that out, why he got his nickname.
Okay.
So he's very active and like very loud and rowdy and outspoken when he's with me, but then when he's in that kind of environment, he's like a totally different person. He's like very quiet, very observant, very curious, observant and curious, quiet. It's like, oh man, it's something else. Like it's definitely, yeah, something that I've never had to deal with before, and I'm trying to deal with now. Yeah, so it's been real hard out, and I think it's only got easier with all the stuff happening. But like I'm struggling to deal with all the stuff that's already going on with me, and then having to like understand him and where he's, so it's like, oh yeah, a lot going on. And then there's this, like I'm reading all the signs, obviously, but and I just feel like I'm crazy. Like I'm crazy. I'm crazy. And there's someone that keeps being drawn in to my life that I want to be like, that I keep trying to get rid of, but it just keeps coming back. And every time he comes, Areta, again, my son, is like a whole different person.
In a
Like,
good way or not so good way?
in an amazing way. So like last night, he went to bed at 8 o'clock. That never happens. And so yesterday was like, must have been like my break time, because I was all of a sudden I all of a sudden seen this other person, and I hadn't seen him for like months, and then all of a sudden I had seen him, and it was really good, like, because we do actually care about each other, and I care about him. But it was we went to the beach, and again, it was crazy weird. Like I felt sick. I could feel like I seen the ocean, and it felt like I could feel the ocean, and I wanted to be sick. Like I could see. And what's really good with this person is that he's always listened to me, and he's always accepted me for who I am. So there's never that fight. With everybody else, it's just been a constant fight. But he'll just listen. Like he just sits there, listens, and just will care for me like a normal person should care. Like, he just, it's really, and it's and I'm getting all these crazy things happening in my house, like with people, like with smells, different smells in my house, then it being cold. And then me reaching out to Kyle Froggatt, asking him like what's going on here. He'll tell me there's somebody here. Then I'll figure out who it is, and it's his mother. So the other guy that I'm saying, it's his mum. So she's here, and it's the whole how we met is so different. But because he's not in a good place himself, I've had to, be like, oh, well, he's removed himself because he knows that he's not ready for us. So, we left on pretty good. Yeah, but like I'm trying to be like push him right away. Like, no, you're bad. I'm focusing on this. But then he keeps, like, his mum has been in my house, like far out. I keep constantly being like, things are popping up, and it's about him or for him, like, because his family and my family are quite close. So yeah, just a lot of things that's been crazy, and the same vice versa with him too. So his numbers, he was telling me about that he keeps seeing numbers, and the numbers that he's seeing is my birthday. So he has a lot of addiction, but he's been trying to come off them. So, and I've just been like, praying for him. Like I've been praying for him the whole time anyway, because he has a lot of addictions. But yesterday, that was the first time in 3 months we had spoken, and we can feel the draw. We can feel the difference. So he knows that when we're together, he doesn't need all that bad stuff. And because I'm not smoking anymore, I'm not drinking anymore, and I feel like I'm like decolonizing myself. I feel like
I get that. I understand that.
I feel like I'm decolonizing myself, having to stop the drinking, the smoking, everything, just because I feel like I'm going so crazy. And not only am I going crazy, everybody's telling me I'm crazy. Everybody's church is telling me I'm demonic and this is the devil. And so I was just like, that's it. I'm giving everything up, because yeah, I don't want them to I don't want to give them a reason to be like, it's because of this, you know. So I kind of stop the swearing, stop the drinking, stop anything that another human being could say it's that you're sinning. Like and since then it's like just everything's just been like boof, 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 all in the month, all in the month.
Wow,
All in the month, like just boof,
that's a
boof, boof.
lot.
Yeah, and I've been like having to hibernate because Kyle Froggatt told me to just let it run its course, because I thought that I was getting depressed and I needed my medication, and again because I've cut down on my medication, and he's like, no, just just listen to your body. And then even that, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't even know how to do that. Like, what does that mean? But I hibernated. Me and my son, we stayed in that house after all the attack. But then I went and tried to go out to church. And this is what happened when I messaged you. I tried to go back to church. The church is like there's a full-on spiritual war going on in there, and it's against me. And then now it's my pastor. I thought, oh no, I need to go to church, and I went feeling horrible. Felt so crabby. I went there anyway, and got even worse, so much worse. When I got there, I couldn't even stand, and like I'm quite very open and very passionate about everything that I do. So I couldn't even do that. And that was because I could feel all the eyes, the ugly yuck eyes on me, and just like, oh my gosh, it was a horrible feeling. So I had to leave. And then it started thunderstorming. Like it started thunderstorming, like all of a sudden. And I couldn't even, it was hard for me to even drive through that Napier almost got flooded. Like and we were almost stuck in there. And I was just like, holy my Lord, what is going on here? I felt sick. It's raining. I'm trying to drive, like getting through all these big ass puddles, trying to drive real slow, be careful because I got my son in the car. He's like crying. And then we get home, turn off the car, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I made it home. It's just been insane. It's been really, really, really intense. Really intense. But like I feel okay, only because I've been messaging you and you'll tell me something, and then there's Kyle on the other side too, and she tells me stuff. And because I'm like, okay, it could be this, like maybe you could be right. Like but like everywhere else that I've searched, I've just been told I'm demonic, I'm the devil. So now I'm like, this is my, like, okay, I have to, Marie, just stop fighting this. Just listen to these people. Maybe they are right. Like, and it's only making sense though. And even in the groups, I've never felt so good about being in any kind of space. And it's sad because it's only online, like, but it makes me feel so good. Like, it's not like my normal Facebook page. My normal Facebook page is just horrible. Like, it's just, man, it drains me. So I'm constantly on the spiritual pages because they make me feel way better. The people are so understanding. It's just beautiful, eh? It's something I've never had ever. And something I've needed for so long, and I've worked my butt off, mentally, to have the space, that spiritual space. So I'm like running with that, but then still in the back of my head is like, you're crazy. But then these people, every time I put that out there, they'll give me the answers that I feel like are aligning to me. And it must be, and it feels like that it is, because I'm feeling I feel stronger every day through all these and through all the advice that I've had so far. I have control of my emotions. Like never have I had, and I'm still very self-aware. And so I'm like, every time I want to cry, I cry for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And then I'm just like, what was that? Like, I'm like, what is going on? And then I'm like, my son, you know, he has, like, with what happened last night when I had this other person visit, he didn't stay or nothing. So he went to bed at 8 o'clock, like I said. But as soon as this person went home, all of a sudden, like my son starts screaming, like he leaves. My son's, because before he leaves, he's whining, and I'm like, oh, there he goes. And then he didn't wake up. But then as soon as he left, my son like starts screaming. And then my phone's like on charge, going off and off and off and off and off. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? Oh my gosh, like, oh, far out. Like, yeah, I'm loving it because it feels good.
Okay.
So
So that's a lot. So
yeah,
let's talk a bit.
yeah.
Okay, so all of that, out of all of that, what would you like to achieve from this call today? What's one thing that you would like to achieve after this call? What's the main thing that you would like to focus on after this call? I want to see where you're at. I want to see where you are personally at, because you're the main person in this. It's not about your son. It's not about everybody else. It's not about the circumstances that's happening to you. It's about you. So for you right now, what would you like to focus on?
Communicating with what's happening in my house, communicating. So like when you said that I could tell them to stop, yeah, I've told them to stop, but now it's like it's like just happening in ridiculous times of the, so like they're hanging around for a lot longer.
So are they really active early hours of the morning?
Yeah. So
After
we're waking up.
After
Yeah,
3?
we're waking up at like literally like 3:30, almost 4 o'clock, and you know there's just someone knocking.
Yeah.
You know, or the door's been open. Yesterday, like last night, I was ultimately sick, like just, and then like sweating real bad, and my son was like tossing and turning, and he started sweating. He was sweating as well from
Marie.
yeah.
So with how do you feel right now about everything that's happening, that's going on? Where are you actually at right now in terms of what's happening? And give me a couple of emotional words that describe where you're at right now.
Like, what do they want? Like, I mean, like,
No.
what do you want? Like, what do you?
You tell me where
Me.
you are emotionally. Just give me some emotional words to describe where you're at right now.
Ready? Is that? No, that's not an emotional word.
So for me, I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm very calm, very focused, very happy, very focused. I'm nothing's bothering me outside. I'm just really completely aligned and connected to who I am. Now, that's not an emotional word, but I'm happy. I'm very content. I'm satisfied. I'm not worried. I don't fear anything. So tell me, describe your emotions right now.
Yeah, calm. I feel calm, I am happy. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm content. I'm curious. Very, very curious. Eager. Very eager. Very open. Very. What else am I feeling?
All right. So what are you open to right now with everything that's happening? What do you think you are open to?
I am open to what I don't know.
Exactly. Okay. So
Is that the right word?
yes, I understand that. So you're opening to everyone, everything outside, physically
Yeah.
and spiritually.
Yeah.
Hence why everything is coming at you. You're like an open door. Come to me right now. I'm ready. So everything, so because you're that open, you're wide, you're open physically to everything in your physical world, to everyone in your physical world, and to everything in your spiritual world.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which means that your energy is out there. Where should it be? If you want to control what's happening to you, if you want to control your energy, where should your energy really be?
With the moment,
yes, within you.
Yeah.
So you need to pull it back in. So you need to control it within you, from within you. At the moment, it's all out here. It's all around you. It's in everywhere. I can feel it. I can sense it.
Okay.
So you need to pull it. You need to pull it in.
How do I do that?
So once you pull it in, you won't attract what's happening to you anymore. So when your energy is out, when you've actually wide open like a door, you're attracting everything that you are emitting, that you are transmitting. So all the circumstances that you're in, all the situations, all the people that you're attracting it because that's what energy you're actually putting out.
Okay.
And your sons can pick that up. So your son's not reacting to you like physically, your son's reacting to the energy that's around you that you've put out.
Oh my, yeah, okay.
And that's good. It's a good thing. So stay on the positive and stay on track.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing good or bad about this. It's like really, really it's a huge indicator for you about where you're at, what's happening, and then how you can you can change and how you can transform that. So at the moment, there's a lot of negative energy around you, which is a good thing. Negative energy, spiritually, we don't call it negative energy. Spiritually, it's called misqualified energy.
So
misqualified energy.
Okay.
So spiritually, there's no positive or negative, right?
No, yeah, yeah.
So spiritually, it's called qualified energy. That's like the positive energy, and misqualified energy.
Right.
So from their perspective, it's misqualified because it's not directed in the most appropriate way that benefits you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's more benefiting everybody else, but you
Yeah.
are in the middle and a bit of chaos.
Yes.
And chaos is good because once
Yes.
you recognize it, then you know that you have to shift to a different
Yeah.
level. You have to know you have to shift to a different kind of energy. You have to shift to a higher vibration and a higher frequency. So that's what misqualified energy is all about. You knowing
Okay.
that you need to shift. And once you realize that, then you know what to do. And so when you're in a lot of misqualified energy, when there's a lot of negative things that are happening around you, then you know that you need to shift your energy. And to do that, you need to pull all your energy within you so that you can manage that and only put out the qualified energy so that you can attract what you want in.
Okay.
So tell me what you...
Okay. So higher vibration.
Yeah.
So misqualified energy is I'm having to shift my energy, eh?
Yeah.
So this is, I feel like that this is, so there's a lot of, I have, is this self-control?
Yes. Very much so. I will put it in the chat, eh? I will put it in the chat. So you know.
And higher vibration, and what was the other word?
Frequency.
Frequency. Right. Far out. So self-control.
Yeah. It's not really about self-control. It's about, hang on, I will just finish writing this and I'll just post it for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what's happened to me lately? I've forgotten how to spell. Do you know what's I've forgotten to do lately is spell words properly. So I'll put it in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, brilliant. Yep. Oh my gosh, yeah, misqualified in, yeah. And so when it comes to the spiritual side,
yeah. Yep.
how do I communicate that? How do I communicate with them?
Okay. So I've written that. So there is misqualified energy, and I'll just put that in the chat. There's misqualified energy and qualified energy that you can use to help you identify whether you need to shift your energy to a higher vibration and frequency or stay where you are at. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's right. Because I see that, I feel that. I see it and then I feel it. And sometimes I feel maybe I'm going to stay here because I'm going to learn now something out of here. If it's bad, if it's really bad, I'm like, maybe I should stay here. Like, because I'm probably going to, like, every time I'm like, oh, am I gonna learn something here? Like, especially if I know that I'm gonna learn something, I never remove myself.
Oh, don't you?
I always stay in there. No, I always stay there because I want to know what I'm gonna learn. and then I'm able to turn the whole situation from a negative into an ultimate positive because I end up being like, oh my gosh, I just learned something. Like,
there you go, my dear. So,
Yeah. So how do I communicate with
so
the
you
spiritual side
communicate,
of it?
oh, hang on, I will write it down. So you communicate to the spiritual world always through your
Mm.
vibrations and frequencies.
Mm.
Always. That's how they listen to you. They don't listen to what we're saying. They just listen to the vibration and the frequency of what we're saying and what we're feeling. So it's our thoughts and our feelings that they listen to, because it's our thoughts and feelings that have the vibrations and frequencies that they interpret.
Wow.
They don't listen to what we say or what we do, because there's always a feeling or a thought attached to what we do and what we say. So they listen and they interpret and they pick up every single tiny, minute vibration and frequency you will ever transmit. And I'm talking even in your breathing.
Oh my gosh,
This is how in tune they are. And our
yeah.
energy tells us whether we're in tune with them or not. So if we're like upset, worried, angry, and that's misqualified energy, and that tells the universe, or that tells you that you are not aligned to the universe, because the universe doesn't think that way.
Yeah. So I'm more like confused. So when this is happening, I'm confused. I'm like confused. Like, and I'm literally speaking this. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what you want me to do. Like I can feel it and I can see what's happening. Like I can see it, but I'm like, I don't know how to communicate with you. Like, what do you want from me? And it's ultimate. So I'm ultimately confusion, like full on. Like I don't know what I want, what's going on here. But they're making like themselves very present, like and very there. And you know, I can feel it, but I'm still like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I don't know.
All right.
So what?
And okay, I've just sent you another message.
Okay, cool. So if I'm putting out there that I'm confused, like, I don't know, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. Because I'm actually.
Well, they do that. What's happening is, because that's what you're telling them, that's what you want, that's what they're giving back to you. So every time you put out a vibration and frequency, you are telling them what you want. And they give that back to you vibrationally, which means whatever vibration you are feeling, they will amplify that 10 times.
Yeah.
Hence why you feel like you're going crazy. And hence why you're attracting everything that's coming to you right now, because that's what you're asking for. So the universe is just given to you what you want. And to get what you want, to get what you really want, which is a bit of calmness with you, peacefulness all the time, you've got to change your vibration and frequency, which means you have to change the way you're feeling and what you're thinking. And the first thing you need to do is stop talking about all the chaos that's happening to you, because when you're doing that, the universe is interpreting it, that's what you want. So they're giving it back to you 10 times.
Right. Okay, so I have to change what I'm thinking.
And feeling and what you're doing. Because you spoke to me for about 25 minutes. And in that 25 minutes, your energy and frequency just heightened. Did you notice that?
No.
I felt it. I felt it because the more you spoke, the faster you got. When you listen to the recording, you'll sense it and you'll hear it. Because this has been an object. Okay. So you talked faster, you got more heightened, and your voice got raised, and your energy was like, and you were buzzing. See, now you're calmer because you're not like, you're not talking, you're not in your head.
Yeah.
And you're not in your focus, and you're not focusing on your circumstances or your situation. You actually poured your energy in and starting to focus on you now.
Oh.
You notice how calmer you are now than when you'll hear it when you first started.
Yeah.
So now you've pulled your energy in and you're starting to calm down because you pulled it in, and because the universe is giving you that. Now that you've pulled your energy in, it's not out here. It's not out to the big wide universe. You pulled it in, and the universe is giving that back to you tenfold.
Okay, so
you're able to.
Is this being present?
Yes. Present within you, within yourself.
So every phone call I've had in this month, I keep constantly being like told, oh, I need you to be present for da 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 da. You're not present. I need you to come back and be present. And I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? Stop saying that to me.
All right.
And all these people are different too. Like,
yeah. And that's another big thing. When people tell you something and you take that on board, you're bringing in their energy into you. So you're taking on board not what they're saying, but their energy. And so when you do that, what happens to you?
I feel like uneasy, confused.
Cool. So what happens to your energy? If you take on other people's energy, what happens to yours? What do you lose control of?
I kind of lose it. I kind of lose my energy, and I feel like drained a little bit.
Yes, because when you take on somebody else's what they say to you, you're giving away your power, and you're taking on theirs.
Oh my goodness!
But it's okay. But what happens is that when you do that, you're taking on their low vibration and their low frequency.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
What do you think?
Well, I don't think it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't want to be there. I want to be better. I want to do better.
All right. So to do better, which would you rather prefer? Control and power of your own energy or theirs?
Mine.
Right. So there's your answer. Which is always going to be better for you? Controlling your
Me.
energy or controlling theirs?
My energy, me,
Right.
me,
Yeah.
me.
And keeping your power. Your energy is your power to do everything that you need to do in your life. Never give that away. Never give that away by listening to what other people tell you what to do. Now, you could be saying about that me right now, but the difference is this. You will know whether anything that people tell you is beneficial for you by how you feel. All right?
Okay.
So when somebody
Right.
tells you something,
Yeah.
just take the time to feel within you what that means for you. If it feels good, then that means that's okay for you. And that means that your inner being, your higher self, feels the same way. If you don't feel good about what they've said, and you'll feel it because your vibration will tell you, your frequency will tell you.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't feel good within you, within yourself, and within yourself, then that means that you're not aligned to your higher self, and they don't feel the same way. Your higher self will always feel wonderful, will always feel amazing, because that's who you really are. Now, when you don't feel that way, when you don't feel good, when you don't feel satisfied or content, it means that you are not connected or aligned to your higher self.
Can you send that to me, please?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I don't feel good and when I don't feel okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's another level of being self-aware.
Yes, it is.
Like I thought I was self-aware, but now I'm like, I don't think I'm not this way I'm not this way aware.
That's all right, because I have many clients. This is the reason why I do what I do, especially for our Māori people. You know, for our people, they are always open, right?
Yes.
Now they understand that, but what they don't really understand is what happens to them when they're open.
Yeah.
And they don't understand about the energy, about the power that's within them. Now, when I was learning all the stuff within Māoridom, that's how I felt for a very long time. And then I thought, I always thought there was something more, that there was something that I'm missing.
Yes, that's how I feel.
Yep. And so what I'm explaining to you now is what I was missing. Because I didn't know that I had total command of my energy.
Even that is, those are huge words.
It is. Did you read my posts in our Matakite group?
Yes. I not only did I read it, I saved it. I saved it, and I put them in my notes.
Yeah.
And I wrote it out.
Oh, nice.
Because all of that is what's happened.
Yeah.
I've sat, and again, like I've just been throwing in a mental, when I go to a doctor, they're trying to tell me I'm bipolar.
Yeah, that's what happens, because you're trying to stay in the spiritual and the physical world at the same time, but nobody's taught you the tools and skills and knowledge that you need to do that. And that's what a lot of our Māori people are going through. They're actually trying to live in both worlds at the same time without the appropriate tools and skills and knowledge for them to help them do that. Hence
Yeah.
why I do what I do. And that's not just Māori, it's like every person.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's totally true. I'm like, yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is yeah, it's making sense.
Now, the other reason,
all of what you said all of what you said in part 1, part 2, part 3, the whole thing. In my short little life.
exactly.
In my short little life, I've actually, I have pre-prepped myself.
Yes.
Where I'm able in all situations, like I will, and I like that's because I have no regrets, like actually, like none.
No,
All
me
my
neither.
experience have been the most painful, like not the most painful, but painful. It's made me who I am.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I am so much stronger. I'm having to be I'm very aware of everything. So every time I speak, when I tell people my story, everybody looks at me, tells me I'm crazy. So I've just been told I'm crazy. And so that word I really need to get rid of that word, Like, oh.
Well, the first thing I would suggest and recommend to you is change your story that you're telling people. Or don't tell them at all.
Wow.
Because when you do tell people the story that you are telling them, you're actually continuing that energy, that misqualified energy, and the universe is giving that back to you.
Oh my goodness.
So when you keep thinking about it, when you keep writing about it, when you keep talking about it, you're actually staying in that low vibration and frequency, and the universe is going to keep giving that back to you.
Misqualified energy.
That's how easily it works. It's so automatic. We do this every day without even thinking.
Oh my goodness. It's like, it's so simple. Like, as much as it's not, and these very powerful words behind it, it's like very simple, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And
oh my goodness.
But it's not the simplicity that's really cool about it. It's the power that it gives you.
Yeah.
And do you know why that is? Do you know why it's so powerful?
Why?
It's because for so long, your soul is the spiritual being that's living your human experience, that's living the human experience. So it's your soul that experiences everything. Now, why it's so powerful is that your soul is now learning to understand why everything is happening the way it is. He's actually finally understanding why he's here and who he really is. Because at the moment, every soul on this earth only believes that they are human. They don't understand who they really are because nobody's taught them. So that's why it's so powerful, because every time you learn this kind of stuff, you are awakening your soul to who it really is, to who you really are.
Wow.
That's why it's so powerful, Because every time you learn something that awakens your soul will start connecting to everything that's around you, to your whole multi-dimensionality, because we are multi-dimensional beings. So every time your soul wakes up to who they really are, they start connecting to everything that's around them. And then you get more powerful, you get more attuned to the universe, your energy rises, and so does your frequency. But then it stays there. You don't come down. So the more awakened your soul is, the higher your vibration, the higher your frequency. And the beauty about this is you stay there and you only go up. And the more awakened your soul is, nothing with a low vibration will come near you. And that's how you know when you're at a good place, when no misqualified energy comes near you, because you're vibrating at a high frequency and a high vibration.
Wow.
And that's when you know that your soul is awakened, that they know who they are, because they will never allow anything of a lower vibration or frequency to come near them.
Holy moly.
Now, see how calm you are now from the beginning?
Yeah.
When you listen to the recording, you'll notice a huge difference. So everything's just calmed down, and you'll see your demeanor, and that means that your soul has just started a little bit more of its awakening. So even before your call, your soul was awakened, but not quite too sure what to do or who they really are. Now they're starting to become more aware of who they are. They will help you control your energy.
Who will
That
help
is
me?
who you really are.
Who will help me? Me. Me.
Your higher self will help you.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So what I want you to do now, I just want you to relax, and I just want you to put your hands up like that and just put them on your lap. Just, you can go and find, just relax. Just chill out. Just, you can stand up and shake yourself a bit if you want to. Just let the energy flow. Yep.
Oh.
All right. Right, now I'll teach you how to bring yourself back in, how to bring your energy back in. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I just want you to listen and just follow what I do. All right. So just sit quietly. All right. And then put your right ankle over, just cross your legs down the bottom, but put your right ankle over your left one. Just so that your right leg's over your left one, your right foot's over your left one, and you're nice and comfortable. And put your hand palms up and put them on your thighs. Palms up like that and put them on your thighs.
Yep.
So your palms are facing up.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay. Right. Take a deep breath in from your puku and bring your breath and inhale right up deeply. and then breathe it out. But when you breathe out, I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Do that 4 times. Okay. Now at the moment you're in your head. I want you to close your eyes and just listen to me. Close your eyes. Keep breathing. Now I want you to focus on your heart, on your physical heart. Just put your focus, your energy on your heart. And while you're there, I want you to imagine a beautiful ball of white light within your heart. Just imagine this beautiful white light is sitting within your heart. And the more you focus on it, the brighter it gets. And just sit in that bright light.
I feel crooked. Is that normal?
You focused on that white ball of light. Now, you have control of that light. What I want you to do is make it bigger. Make it bigger so that it comes to a big white ball of light, but it starts to expand within you and around you. And then you should start to feel calmer and more peaceful. Keep spreading that light so it comes above your head and about 3 feet around you and way below your feet, so that you are actually sitting within this great big white beautiful ball. You just sit in that ball for a few minutes. Now imagine a stream, a ray of white light coming from above through your crown down to your third eye in the middle of your forehead, down to your throat, into your stomach, right through, right down into the ground and connecting you to Papatūānuku and Ranginui. a beautiful stream of white light. It's come right from down, right in the middle of you, through all of your chakras. Take a big, deep breath in. And out. Just take three more. Two more. One more. One last one. Deep breath. Breathe it out. Right. Now, your big, white, beautiful ball, I want you to start bringing the energy back in. Back in to that little white ball that was sitting within your heart. Bring that ball right in, bring the energy right in, and bring it back to that little white ball within your heart. When you bring it in, breathe in, and then out. So bring it in with your breath. And when you finish, when that white ball is back to its original size, breathe in and out 3 times. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
That was insane.
How was that? How do you feel? You're tingling.
Yeah.
Guess what? On the recording, there is a big white light behind you, a big ball of white light behind you. On the recording, you'll see it. And you'll see one just behind me. Can you see the one behind me now, just on this side here?
Yes, I can.
Well, there's one behind you, but it's bigger and brighter. You'll see it in the
I
recording.
can see it.
Yeah.
Ooh, my goodness. I felt balanced. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
I was still here, but I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been able to go in that hard out. I was here, but I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Oh, it was different. It was real different. It was like, oh, that was a different feeling.
But a good one?
Yeah, absolutely. But so different. Because I was here, but I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Is that balance?
Yeah. So when that feeling, that means that your physical body is here, but your higher self is doing what it needs to do. It's actually wrapping the white light around you. It's actually making that the white light coming through you it's doing those things for you while you're controlling your energy. So when you control your energy, you are telling your higher self what you want it to do.
That is intense.
Because you would have felt the white ball go out and up and down.
Yeah.
Well, that was your higher self doing that, your spiritual self doing that.
Ooh.
Hence why you feel like that, because you're allowing your true self to do what it needs to do to help you, because you're commanding it to do so.
Is that why meditation is good?
Yes. Because when you meditate, you are communicating to your higher self, to who you really are.
Oh, right. Oh my goodness.
So what I would like to suggest is that
Yep.
every morning when you wake up, before your son wakes up, before you even start doing anything at all, I would suggest that you
Yep.
do that every morning. You can only, 15 to 20 minutes is great, because that would set you up for the rest of your day. Now, while you're doing that, you just need to tell your higher self what you want to happen through the day. Like, for an example, every day I wake up and I do my meditation and I say, I am perfect. I am going to have a wonderful day. So you just tell them what you want to happen during the day, just by starting off with these two words, I am, and you tell them what you want through the day. So for an example, I am going to have an awesome day with my son.
Okay.
I am going to be happy for the rest of the day.
I am. Can you send that to me,
Yeah.
please? Meditation. Wow. That is relieving.
It is.
And I am speechless.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my goodness.
So I've written a few there. You just choose whichever one you want. Just start off with one for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main point is to just concentrate on you and your energy. If you want to control, if you want to change things with your son, you
Yeah.
change your energy. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because your energy is too low for your son. He's at a higher energy than you.
Yeah. He really is.
And he's at a high energy than you because he's so young. He's always connected to his higher self because it's his higher self that is actually helping him. So that's why he's at a high energy. And because you're at a lower energy, you two aren't getting on with each other.
So I really need to concentrate on me, then, eh?
Yes.
Shoot.
You first, not your son.
Not my son.
Not their father, not this new man, not anybody else around you. You do you first. When you do you, and everything else just falls into place. Honestly, it does. Everything will just fall into place. Everything that you want will happen. Number one, you are first, and then everything else will just come.
Oh, you know what? I think this is the first time ever in my whole entire life where I know and understand what that means now.
Yeah. Because when you do you, you're focusing on the only person, the only thing that can help you. And that's your higher self. That's you, your spiritual being. That's why I always tell everybody that I work with or meet, you do you first, you concentrate on you first, and everything else will just fall into place. Because when you concentrate on yourself, you are concentrating on the most powerful part of you. And that's your spiritual self, not your physical self.
I've been working so hard on my own self.
Yeah.
Still not feeling like it's enough. Like I know, like I'm still not feeling grounded and being like confidently knowing I am putting myself first, because I didn't know if I was. So I was always confused. Like, what does it even mean? I don't even know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've worked so hard on myself, on my mental health. And then to be at this point, to be like just yesterday, literally being like, people, you see that everywhere. Put yourself first, yesterday I was like, what does that even mean? I don't know how to do that. Like, even though I've worked so hard, I've done I've searched and I've educated and I've, just threw myself into everything and anything that was going to help me better myself. I still didn't understand or didn't know what it meant to take care of myself. Like, what does that mean? Like, how do I do that? I don't even know how to do that.
Well, now you know.
Yes, yeah. Where today is the first time I'm like, I understand now. Like, and that is huge. And I feel huge emotion going on, but I'm not even going to cry. So I'm still like, what is happening? Like, I'm such an emotional person.
Then you just need to breathe. So at the moment, you're starting to go out again.
Oh.
Which is starting to go into your head. And you're starting to do this. So when you feel yourself do that, just breathe. Before the universe takes over and you won't have control of that anymore. You only have a few seconds to start talking like that before the universe takes over. And once it takes over, it'll start amplifying everything where you won't be able to pull it back so quickly. So as soon as you start feeling yourself go out, Just breathe and pull it back in as quick as you can. So you don't go back into losing power, losing your power and losing control of your energy. And you'll know you're doing it when you start talking fast and you start talking non-stop. That's just your energy. And the universe is starting to pick that up. Because whenever you change, the universe will change its response to you just as quick.
Can you send that to me, please?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So you just have a read of this and see if that explains enough for you.
Oh, bugger. Yep, definitely.
Oh,
That is, wow. I'm excited. Oh my gosh.
here we go, my dear. Cool. You have any questions?
No, I don't. Wow. Practice.
Yeah. So start your meditations and then put your intentions out there for the day. And to talk to your higher self, all you need to is actually just ask them for help and then tell them what you would like to happen, like I am. And they will understand immediately. That's all you need to do to communicate with them is just think positively. Because it's just like talking to your best mate. But you talk to them through your thoughts and your feelings.
Wow.
Ka pai, my dear?
Yes, Yes. Oh my goodness.
That was very powerful.
It was. It is. I can still, far out.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Napier.
Oh, okay, from Hastings or Napier. Oh,
Napier.
Napier. Oh, wow.
Yep, Napier.
And where do you live
Born
now? Are you in Napier?
I'm back in Napier. Yeah, I was in
yeah,
Auckland
cool.
before.
Oh, perfect. What a beautiful place to be.
Yes, yes, it is. And where I need to be,
Yeah,
uh,
nice.
at this present moment, anyway. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's where I'm pretty sure I need to be.
that's cool. Well, you process all that, you just take it all in,
Yes.
and let's follow up next week.
Yeah. Yes, yes, we
All
will.
right.
Definitely.
Same time next week, 10
Thank you
o'clock.
so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, my dear.
Oh, thank you. Love you. Have a
Bye.
good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.